Scrappy Peep, Suzanna here today for Simple Stories to share with you this 2-photo layout created using the Simple Life collection. This is a great family collection, perfect for this time of year with lots of Halloween, Thanksgiving gatherings coming up. So I'm going to create a frame, and so that darker piece that you see there with the florals will be the frame, and then this wood grain will be the background of the layout there. So I will frequently gut the framed piece, and you can see my finger, my thinky finger. Am I going to do that because I really thought that it would be fun to watercolor that floral that's in the background, but I have another piece, so I'm not going to stress about it. So I converted 2 pictures of my mom and dad and my daughter and I when we went to visit recently. I converted it to black and white. Unfortunately, one of them is not 3x4 in size. There was too much. It was actually, so I had one 3x4 that was vertical and one 4x3 that was horizontal. And so the one that was horizontal cropped down to be a square. And so I'm going to have to fill the top of the frame with something, but I really wanted to include that second photo. So I am working with a chipboard frame and to frame the photos, and what I want to do is I want to mimic the look of it's actually one of the pieces, the chipboard pieces, where the frame is actually hanging from a hook. And so I'm going to hang these, quote unquote, from one of the brads with some twine. And so that is what I'm going to do with the twine here. I am using double-sided tape to literally go over the twine there, and that will adhere it. It will also give an extra adhesive stickiness for the weight of that chipboard frame there. So these are the brads that accompany the collection, and so literally I am going to hang it from that brad there, and then that is going to be the foundation of the layout. And then the rest of the layout, actually the bulk of what I'm going to do, the decorative pieces, are created using the page pieces. So you get a collection of embellishments that obviously go together and are designed to work with the simple page templates, but I like less boxy layouts, although I do very boxy layouts. If you know me, I'm known for my grid layouts. But that is not the look that I wanted. I wanted to personalize it on my own there. So you can see how I've now got those frames hanging from a lovely hook there. You can also see that there's a bow hanging from one of these pieces. It's actually one of the stickers on that sticker sheet, and there's a bow hanging from it, but it ends up being, I think, too visually distracting as the layout is like it is. So I like this simplicity of just the black twine hanging on the hook there. So now I'm going to take these pieces, as you can see, and so that ends up being my title. Together is the best place to be. And then I'm going to layer up these flowers around the frame and that big title that's there. There's also a number of butterflies that are in there, and I like how that's going to add some movement and add more layers to the layout. So you can see I have 3 clusters of flowers, and then the look that I wanted to create was I kind of wanted this like it was a picture hanging above a shelf. You know how we often put pictures above like a decorative shelf, and then we put some ephemera. Well, we put decorative pieces on the shelves. And so you'll see what I'm going to do there for that shelf look. And I like the way that even though I have the visual triangle of the flowers, the shelf is going to kind of ground that so it's not just floating on the page per se. So in layering up the textures, again, just personalizing this and making this mine, adding a little bit of whimsy to it and adding the layers. I'm going to mix chipboard, these stickers. So that's the sticker that I was referring to there. So it's a little shelf that just is sort of nestled underneath and grounds the bottom of the page. I thought maybe that lamp at the top would be kind of cool. You know how you would have a spotlight over photos that you really wanted to draw somebody's attention to, but it looked funny hanging in the middle there. And so the concept was cool, but the execution I couldn't really do with the bits and pieces that I had there. I didn't want everything jammed down to the bottom of the page, so you can see I shortened the ribbon for where that, or the twine for where that hook is. And so now I'm trying to fill this space between the photo and the top of the frame there. And so I've got a label that I'm going to use, and then I'm just sort of rifling through the bits and pieces and the journaling bits and pieces to see what my options are there to fill that. Because there is that flower there, it's not so distracting and it's not so obvious that I have not got a 3x4 photo and able to get away with filling that without it being too visually distracting to you. So you can see I've got a label, and so I thought maybe I might just put the date in there, but I might also put something else in there. So what I really like about this collection is I love the color palette. I love these muted colors. I also love that there is white in with the ivory. I discovered a long time ago that I am a white gal. I like white-based collections, and if it isn't white-based, I am going to throw some white in there because I like the crispness of white. So the butterflies I'm going to put down with just adhesive down the center so that the wings are not adhered to the page. It gives some movement to the page. I do know that once I put it in the page protector, it's going to lose that dimension, but you'll have the creases in the butterfly so that they're not literally flat stuck to the page. Also, because of the depth of the chipboard, you are going to get just a little bit of that off the page shadow that is going to come from it not being directly adhered down. So that little bee sitting on the flower, I just popped up with some 3D foam, and then I am going to use, again, like I said before, a mix of the chipboard stickers, and also I think I'm going to throw in a little bit of foam in there, again, just to get some depth and some variety of both color and depth off the page there. So you can see I've got a little sprinkling of hearts that's going on. I really need a third butterfly, and so I will pull that off. And my debate was whether I was going to put the third butterfly with the floral cluster or on that shelf at the bottom. And I end up putting it on the bottom shelf because I like the way that it creates a visual triangle through the butterflies, as well as having the visual triangle that's through those florals as well. So again, this is the Simple Life collection from Simple Stories. It is available over at A Cherry on Top. If you, actually that's not true. It is not yet in store, but should be coming soon. You can pre-order it from A Cherry on Top. But there are some other great Simple Stories collections that actually are available, so be sure to stop and check that out. Enjoy the close-ups. If you have any questions about anything that I've done, please don't hesitate to ask them in the box down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.